In the summer of 2003, while going through his office's unsolved case files, Detective Richard Rouleau comes across one of the toughest cases he's faced so far. The death in question is that of a 3.5-year-old girl named Dawn Cooper, who had died in 1972. Dawn's father brings her into the emergency room.
She was in comatose state.
Her father claims that she simply fell and hit her head. 6 hours later, Dawn dies.
There were statements made by the stepmother that said, "We think her bones were deformed, and that's why she fell."
Rouleau and Ferguson begin to seriously doubt the parents' claim.
These injuries were unusual places, bottom of the feet, extremely difficult to bruise. There's no doubt in your mind this child was beaten. The number, the sizes, the locations of the injuries that were apparent in the photograph left me with no other conclusion, that this wasn't a homicide, not an accidental death.
They are now counting on forensic anthropologist Madeline Hinkes to provide the evidence that will disprove the stepmother's claim that Dawn's death was accidental.
My job was to focus on the ankles and the feet to see if there were some difference between the feet, if there was some sort of pathology or anomaly that might have contributed to being more clumsy than the average 3-year-old.
In 2003, a tiny coffin has been pulled from its crypt after 31 years. But most shocking of all is what they see on Dawn's mummified body.
It was chilling to see the solid evidence of the bruises that were there.
Because Dawn died before her dozens of bruises could heal, the tissue where she was bruised remained flooded with blood. As her tissue dried out in the crypt, this blood stained the skin and bone, leaving a permanent record. Forensic anthropologist Madeline Hinkes is about to make a very intimate study of a pair of tiny feet.
I was looking for any disparity between the 2 feet, and on X-ray I couldn't see any difference, but I needed to look at the actual bone.
It takes a specialist with Hinkes' experience in examining young bones to be able to lay them out in their proper order. After a painstaking reconstruction, Dr. Hinkes finally comes to an indisputable conclusion.
So I don't see evidence to support the stepmother's claim that there was something wrong with her feet and that's why she fell a lot and got bruised all the time.
Crucial evidence for us.
Police can finally assemble their version of Dawn's heartbreaking death.